Oh, look at this hardware, man. S.Feather. Got the Latin American camera. Showing it for the camera. Now that's...
They got some trainers say, and some fighters say, well, I don't watch videos of the guy fighting. I let the coach watch it. This, hey, man.
Guys, one thing we know for sure about Wilder, he hit you clean. Right. And this woman whooped the whole world twice. The whole world.
Man, I get crunk every time I see that intro, man. I'm loving it.
Yeah.
Good afternoon, everyone. Facebook, Instagram, YouTube is another episode of Soapboxing Podcast. It's your boy Manny Fresh. Of course, we got Coach Derek. You putting the finishing touches on over there or what?
Yeah, man. I thought I was ready, but I really wasn't. All right, let's go.
We live on Instagram.
Yeah, we got it on IG. You on hey, is IG not hip or something? I thought that's what the kids call it. And my wife said, quit calling it that shit. So I'm supposed to just say Instagram?
Nah, it's IG. I think it's IG. What they call it? The gram?
You call it IG, Instagram.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. We live on IG. And
yeah, Facebook
and YouTube.
We do it for the gram. Let's see what you got over there.
Let me put my banner away. Let's go get an album signed, man. Shock, what's happening, brother?
So, man, nothing much, just chilling.
Man, we appreciate you coming on the show this afternoon, man. How are things with you?
Man, I appreciate y'all having me. Everything going good. Just trying to stay out the way, looking for the next date.
Man, Shock, you the hardest working guy in the show business, bro. I've been trying to get you on there forever, man. I finally nailed you down, man. I'm glad you came in and hit us up, brother.
It's fine. It's good to finally be on, bro. Appreciate you having me.
You've been boxing since a kid too, huh?
Yeah, since I was 8 years old.
I've seen a few pictures, man, when you was a little dude boxing. So you've been you're from where you from, man? Port Harcourt?
Orange, Texas.
Orange. Okay.
Orange,
yeah, man. I've seen some old shots of you as a kid competing, man.
Yeah.
How many fights you had as an amateur? Do you remember?
It was a little bit over 200.
Damn.
200?
Yeah, a little bit over.
Good Lord. You ain't doing no tripping. And I see you got your little brother. Is he still training or what?
Yeah, he's still training. Not more of boxing, but just trying to stay in shape because it ain't really too much amateur boxing going on.
Yeah, that motherfucker beat me, so I know he could fight. Hey, that's fuck Danger up, man. He was mad about this shit for weeks.
He's still mad. He's in the gym training every day.
Yeah, I gotta get shot, little brother, man. He got it.
That was good.
Yeah, it's kind of hard right now because ain't nothing shaking.
Yeah.
In fact, I got my kid fighting on that College Station show on the 29th. That was the first show that I seen. That's a real show, you know.
Amateur?
Yeah. Bryan College Station, they let them do a show. It's like 19 fights. I think they got one more slot. It filled up real quick.
They got anything for a match?
This morning, he had one more slot left.
Oh, okay. Shit.
But yeah, the other things was like test shows and shit. I didn't get involved with that. But yeah, he's still gonna box, right?
Yeah, he's still gonna end up getting it in. Just depending on his focus and what he really want to do.
Okay.
What's been going on with you, man? I know this whole COVID's fucked up you know, a lot of things for a lot of people, man. And even last year for you, man, it was tough getting a fight. Nobody wanted to fuck with you, huh? Nobody
Yeah,
wanted to get in the ring with you. They were scared. That's
yeah.
what it seemed like.
It's still it's same thing going on. You know, COVID just gave them a better reason.
What you been doing? What you been doing to stay ready?
I've been in the gym. I stay in the gym. Always, even through the COVID and the hurricane, even when my family had to evacuate from Orange and everything, but I always have access to the gym, even when everything is going bad. So I'm always able to, stay in shape and stay on top of my game.
I know you be getting some good sparring in, huh?
Yeah, some great sparring. We got a lot of guys a lot of great guys in our gym and a lot of people that come through. You know, it from 130 or 126, 122 all the way up to 200. You know, you get the best work in Texas.
What gym are you out of?
Main Street boxing. Yeah.
Yeah, you get all the good boxing, all the good sparring over there.
Yeah, you can get it in.
Shot, what's your record now, bro?
17-2.
17-2. And I know you won you holding the WBC silver title right now, Super Feather, right?
Yes, sir.
You still have the WBA as well?
It's a WBA Fed Essential belt. It was supposed to I was supposed to get ranked in the top 15 after that knockout, but they didn't even rank me or nothing, so I don't know what's the deal with that one. I don't even claim that belt, to be honest with you.
That was out in Costa Rica. Where was that? That was something.
Yeah, it was out in Costa Rica.
Yeah, all right.
Yeah.
It's one of
them
them.
sanctioning bodies, man. They wonder why fans get frustrated trying to keep up with it. Last week we had Lopez on here who had a title, and he said he looked up and the motherfuckers was fighting for his title on TV. Talking about, man, I said, so they be wondering why the fans get confused and shit. Hell, the fighters be confused. What the fuck y'all doing, man?
For real.
But that's the in and outs of boxing, man. This shit ain't. If it was a league, you know, maybe you could keep up with it. But then if it's a league, you get fucked like them UFC guys. You know what I'm saying? Fighting UFC, making buku money, man. And the fighters, you know, not nothing to sneeze at, but at the same time, it ain't like a world champion, you know. So it's hard for fans to understand, you know. And it seems like they latch on to a particular fighter that's their favorite fighter, but they hold him to be the man. So whatever title he got, that's the title for me. When it may not mean shit, you know what I'm saying? It may be the weakest thing going. But yeah, I don't know how we clean that up. In fact, it's been fucked up my entire life, so I don't even think it could be cleaned up, bro. I don't think
so either, bro.
That shit is crazy, man.
More. No, go ahead. I was gonna say more belts, more money.
Well, sometimes.
Yeah,
I'm talking about. What I'm saying is these motherfuckers think that as long as they have a belt in the game, they can make money off the boxers. But shit, is the boxers the ones end up getting fucked?
Yeah, 7 days a week. Man, I remember you was talking over Tank, man, like let's get it on. He said he didn't know who he was, man. And he been to one of your fights and shit since you was an amateur.
Yeah, I mean, we was watching each other fight for a while. I mean, that's why I was a little confused when it came off. But from my understanding, he back at 130. That's where the fight at with Leo.
Right.
But I'm not sure what because they fighting for the 135 and 130. So it's kind of confusing on what really going on. But I still see him in a couple of years. You know, I don't see it happening in the near future just because people know so much now. You know, they want to see it. They actually want to see it. You know, and so I feel like that'll be dragged out for a little while now.
Well, you know what it is, man. You in that space right now that boys gotta decide: is it worth trying to fight this guy, or do I try to go around him because you fuck around and beat him? So then what? You know what I'm saying? Fighters, you know this, Shaq. Fighters, they go in stages, man. You go from either a highly touted professional, and then or somebody don't know you, then you hit that space and like, oh, who's this guy? Then you hit that space where the champ is like, man, if we ain't gotta fight this dude, we gotta go around this dude. And that's probably where you at, man. They looking at you like, man, this dude might cause us all kind of problems. Do we gotta fight this dude or not? And that's all part of the game too, man. Everybody hits that spot too, and I imagine it's frustrating, man, to be the fighter, saying, I'll fight all these guys, man. Let's go. They all want to fight you though.
I mean, I don't see people wanting a real challenge nowadays. You know, I feel like, and the sport of boxing is tough. So every check, even when you're fighting a bum, that check ain't gonna be easy. But it's got to be a point in time where you gotta, where you want to push your greatness, push your, what you can really do in the ring, and not just have it all your way. You know what I'm saying? So that's how I see it. And regardless of like how them guys try to take it, they can keep taking these step up fights, and then when they jump in the ring with a guy like me, and they so used to these guys that ain't gonna punch back, then they gonna be in a problem.
I don't know. I can't really put my finger on it, but people say it a lot, and it be like, when you used to have, whenever there's I don't want to say used to, because it sounds like I'm talking about nostalgia. But what I'm saying is, every time there's an era where guys fight, everybody fight each other. It seems to me that it's because they're more concerned with being the best. You know what I'm saying? Like, they got into this to fight and be the best in the world, man. And not that you don't keep your finger on the money, because you better, and you better keep your eyes on the money, and you better have somebody else keeping their eyes on the money. But you got to, when guys were more concerned with being the best in the world, fights get made. And it's different. I think the late 90s was a good era for that. When you had all them great welterweights, they always fighting each other. The hardest one to make, I think, was De La Hoya Trinidad, and that got made. It still got made.
Yeah.
But them boys was concerned with beating the best in the world, man. And at some point, and I don't point fingers, man, because everybody, whoever's got a fighter's ear, that's who he tends to listen to. And if that guy's a more money guy and concerned with squeezing the every dollar out of every single fight, whatever, then they tend to not never take the chances, and then sometimes you don't take the chances, and your career passes you up. You know what I'm saying? I had a guy the other day ask me about Paul Sparrow, right? And I said, yeah, I know what it is. He said, he was good. I said, yeah. And he said, what happened? I said, well, look at his record. And he had 40-something fights. I said, now go look at his resume. He never left Pittsburgh, really, because he could sell the tickets there. Once he got a title, it's kind of like he just, that IBF title, his people, and I ain't saying it was Paul. Paul might have fought anybody. But somebody said, we got to hold this title. You know what I'm saying? Keep it right here in Pittsburgh. Yeah. So the fights with Floyd, the fights with all those guys never did get made. And what happened with him in his career happened. And now you look back and he tried to make a comeback after a jail sentence, gets beat by nobody. That's because you left your prime in Pittsburgh. You see what I'm saying? Where you could have been you know, I was a fan, so you know, I thought the guy was a great boxer. So who knows? But it ain't the shit on Paul Spatter floor. I'm just saying, a lot of guys, when whoever's whoever's navigating that career, man, you gotta have some kind of legacy in there. You gotta have some kind of say, hey, we need to fight these guys. You know, we need to fight these guys. And you're always gonna have guys who's true fighters that will fight anybody, just point them out, let's go. And sometimes we need to protect y'all from y'all. You know what I'm saying? Like, hey, let's not do this one yet. Let's build this one and do that. But it's so many fucking ways, bro. But you don't want to at the end of this thing.
Yeah.
What's your camp telling you? How when you guys have your meetings with your managers and everyone, what's the game plan moving forward? How you guys going to tackle everything that's going on?
They're looking for us to come back before the end of the year for sure. Hopefully like next month or something. So we just working right now, working on everything in the background.
What would you like to see happen when you're in there? What are you pushing to make happen? You just want to fight.
Honestly, I don't see no other than the people that has belts like Lomachenko and Teofimo. I don't see anybody else taking no chances like that. I don't see it. And that goes back to what we was talking about just a second ago. The money. People are gonna put I think they looked at certain people's careers coming up and it kind of took control of the greatness of having a title, fighting the best and stuff like that. They want to just see themselves get a whole lot of money that they think they're gonna get. You know, the watching the Floyds and seeing how he rake it up, and they think it's just that simple. Like they just come in the game like that. So.
You know, I think it's interesting, man.
That's the reason why they're not taking fights in my eyes. They looking for the biggest check they can get for each fight, and it starts to not make no sense because you'll go from fighting a guy like me, you know, that'll give you some recognition behind it, and you offer me this, and then you like, all right, that's too tough of a test for this fight. And then you gonna give the next person the same thing, you know. It just don't make no sense to me on the situation. But that, you know, that's the game, you know.
You're young as fuck, man. You're only 26, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah, but you turned pro back in 2012, man. So you've been doing this for a minute. You've seen a lot of changes. I'm sure you've seen a lot of changes in the game, but when was it for you that you said, man, shit being done different? Because Coach, won't you say from 2012 to 2020, a lot has changed? Or is it the same shit? I would say a lot has changed.
I would say the social. Oh, okay. You're talking Coach. My fault.
No. I was asking you, Shot. I was asking you.
I would say social media. Shit. Social media wasn't as big, not even close then. Now it's like you can't get no recognition unless you got a certain amount of social media followers and stuff like that. Yeah. So it's definitely different. You know, your fighting had to talk for itself back then. Now your social media talk for you.
You got I mean that's true. Like you got guys like Ryan Garcia who, because of his social media presence, got the opportunities that he got. Not saying that he wouldn't have otherwise, but I think social media definitely opened it up for him to at least fast track versus putting in the work over the years.
Definitely, yeah.
When did you say? Yeah. I think as far as the marketing and branding, he's done a good job. So what's your attitude towards social media? And do you use it more as a tool? And do you feel like, okay, well, I could use this for my advantage? Or are you more of a, nah, I want to put in I like the old school way of doing things. I think you're in a unique spot where you're so young, 26 years old, but yet you have 8 years of experience. That's
Yeah. I kind of try to mix it in because like I like the old school way, and then I gotta mix in the new school way because I don't want to get caught into just the social media thing. So I try to post when you know it's cool for my fans or like when I feel good, but I try not to be posting all day and stuff like that because I don't want it to take control of, oh, I have to post at this time, or I have to, I'd rather focus on my craft than focus on social media like these guys be doing.
That it used to be a simpler form of how you do this thing, but there was gatekeepers that could block you, that could do all those things. And I think with this social media thing, what happened is, like in the record industry and every other industry, guys circumvented that. They able to go around it. But old school got, like, I'm on social media because we do this, and my business is boxing, and I realize it's a tool now, right?
Yeah.
So I'm on this, but honestly and truly, I liked it better when I didn't get to see Shaq until he was on Friday Night Fights. Then I get to see him be like, oh, let me check this guy out. And then by the time he graduates to fucking HBO or Showtime or something, I'm full on board. But that's just my old school thinking because that's how it was done. But here's the thing though. With circumventing the old school way, you also flooded the fucking market. Now it's everybody's a fighter, and you look and you like, man, I ain't seen a fight yet, but this motherfucker is pity patting mitts and shit and blindfolded. He's blindfolded punching the mitts and shit. But I need to see if this motherfucker can fight, man.
Yeah.
And you know, a knockout clip is as valuable as they are, and we love to watch them. But let me see if he can box, man. Let me see if you get some trouble. I want to see a guy get some resistance to what he's trying to do and overcome it. So it's twofold. They figured out a way to go around the old school, which when motherfuckers was blocking people, that's shitty. But also now it's flooded the market, bro. It's like
I think a lot of these big promotion companies like DAZN, they realize how much of an impact social media has. I mean, you go back and look look at these influencers. I guess that's what you call them, these YouTubers, and they're getting paid millions to fight on DAZN. And now I think I don't know what undercard it's on, but don't you have like Nate Robinson, a retired basketball player, that's going to be fighting?
Jake Paul.
Them guys made $1 million to fight, and I still can't tell you their fucking name. Old school people ain't watching that bullshit, man. So that's what.
But it's bringing you fans though.
No, it's bringing DAZN. It's bringing DAZN money, and they don't have to build fighters because they're selling gimmicks. That's all that shit is. Now look, I'm not against it. I'm a capitalist. If you ain't talking motherfucker giving you $1 million, do it. But my thing is this. That's what I'm saying. See what happens when you flood the market? Yeah. Guys who hasn't fought since they was 8 years old, like Shaq Foster, ain't getting $1 million because this YouTube kid who can't ball his fish right is getting it. So just because, now here's what I'm saying. I'm speaking from strictly boxing.
Yeah. Just
because there's a market value, bro. Just because you can sell shit, it's still shit. You selling shit. That's all you.
Yeah.
So because a guy has a social media fucking presence and got a million hits and shit, don't mean he's a fucking fighter, bro. Don't mean he's supposed to fight somebody, but it's market value. So you need to look at YouTube, DAZN or whoever's doing that. Go like, is these motherfuckers really in the boxing business, or they really into selling clicks and selling subscriptions? Because this guy can't fight. This guy is headlining something with guys who done spent all their life fighting.
On the undercard. That was ridiculous.
It ain't about hate.
Who was it that was on the undercard? Was it
If you can get it, get it.
was it
That was
Caleb?
Devin
Who was
Haney,
it that was on the undercard of that show? That's
They had Devin Haney on there, huh?
Devin Haney, yeah, on that undercard. Devin Haney, and there was someone else right after Devin Haney. It was it Caleb or Smith? Whoever it was. I thought it was borderline disrespectful to be on the undercard of those two fucking YouTubers. But you know,
yeah, man, I'm a 70s baby, bro. I am hip hop. Man, look, if a motherfucker gets 1 million hits, they make a snitch a stump. So listen, man, that's the saying. It's watered down, bro. It's watered down. And so you run people like me away but clearly I'm not your demographic. You don't care. I'm never gonna buy a snitch record, and I'm never gonna buy a YouTube boxer. I ain't their demographic. They don't want to sell that shit to me.
But okay, so hold on. To when you saying that, has boxing purist ever been the demographic? Because
that's a good question.
Because
that's a good question because
it's very tight, small percentage of people that understand boxing, the art of boxing.
But we've always did this though. In order to sell it and get it on TV, they've always invested in guys. Mm-hmm. They've always tried to make a fighter a star and sell him as the commodity. The difference is he had to be able to fight. Yeah. He had to be able to win.
Yeah. That's the bullshit there. The whole YouTube shit is ridiculous all the way around, whether you're a purist or not. If you're a fan, it's fucking ridiculous.
Here's what I'm saying. Check this out. I'm a head of a company and we have a boxing division. I'm looking at Shock Foster and going, this kid can fight. Let's invest in this kid. Let's push him. I'm saying those guys are making the decision today to say, here's Shock Foster out. But this white boy with the frosted tips, he got 1 million people. And 1 million people on his fucking Instagram. We'll get to Shock Foster later. Let's push him. And that's bullshit, bro. That's bullshit when it comes to the sport of boxing.
Yeah.
And it shows me they not in the sport of boxing. They in the business of selling personalities. That's what they doing, bro. And my thing is, do that. Just match them up with some real fighters so we can take the trash out and get them out the fucking way, man. Because in this game here, bro, great fighters, good fighters, solid fighters lose, bro, and we never hear from them again sometimes. You know what I'm saying? So let's put your YouTube and guy up there and put him in the ring for real, and then people will start seeing, oh man, I shouldn't have been watching.
Or put him on. Listen, there's no problem putting him on, but put him on in the beginning of the show. We don't want to watch. I don't want to fucking watch this shit as the headline. That's fucking ridiculous. You want to put on a fucking circus? Put it on in the beginning. I'm here to watch.
And I get those guys are looking at this conversation going, they don't know what we're doing. We about dollars and cents. I get that. Fine. I'm just giving you the boxing perspective. I'm not selling. I'm not worried about subscriptions.
Yeah.
So, Shot, you're gonna dye your tips blonde and and make some YouTube videos.
This the most blonde I'm getting.
Hey, why don't you tell the viewers, the millions of people that are watching, a little about yourself, man? How you got into boxing, why you box, what you want to do with it?
I was Shocky Foster from Orange, Texas. I got into boxing following. I always played a lot of sports as a kid. Well, saying a lot. You know, I was 8 years old, playing football, basketball. I always was aggressive, wrestling. WWE was big at the time. I watched.
Who's your guy? Who's your guy?
Too. So one day I followed my cousin to the gym on some bikes. We were riding bikes, and I decided to follow him. So up to the boxing gym, and everybody was just sparring. They put us all in, and it's something I just liked. everybody else fell out the sport, and I just kept going with it.
And here you are. It's
It's hard. Where do you go?
well, shit. How many years is that now? 22 years later. 22 years later, and you made it big time now because you on the hottest boxing show in the world. So congratulations. What and so I'm sure you want to keep, you're gonna keep your legacy going, you want to win some titles, and you want to go out strong. What's life after boxing for you? How do you imagine that? You want to stay in the sport somehow, or you got other dreams and aspirations?
I would like to keep a hand in the sport, but I have other dreams and stuff that I want to invest in, and stuff just to keep the money flowing outside of boxing.
And how does your portfolio look right now? Are you just focused on boxing and making the money, building that capital, or do you have your hands in other things, in investments or other small businesses, or how's everything looking for you?
We try to get a hand in different stuff, especially being that boxing. I see a lot of guys that make their money more 30s on the back end. That's what they make the $1 million. That's what Floyd made his, the 100 millions and stuff like that. So I don't see that window being as like 30 to 40. So whatever time that real money start flowing in, I want to be able to capitalize and have another business I can already be putting something into, to where if the money stops or anything, folds, I'll be able to, keep maintaining and keep growing from it. Type shit.
That's what's up.
Shaq, tell me how you ended up over there with Bobby and them, bro. You didn't start with them, right?
No, I didn't start with them, but I've been knowing them since I was 8 years old. My coaches from my hometown was real close with Bobby and Aaron. So when it was time for me to leave the city, it wasn't a hard adjustment, because I had worked with Aaron plenty of times. Bobby, I knew him very well, so it just felt like the best idea, which Forrest had a hand in it too.
Shout out to Next Fighter.
I'm close to Forrest as well.
How many fights did you have? Did you start pro with them, or how many fights you had before you ended up with them?
We've been 7 straight.
Okay.
7 straight fights. I was 10-2 when I ended up getting with them a couple years ago.
So when we was on that card with you in Beaumont, that was just a couple fights in, right?
Nah,
that was like
2 years ago. Right?
Yeah, that was like my second.
That's like your 4th fight.
Like my 5th fight in, yeah.
That was a knockout. What, did you knock him out? In Beaumont,
he didn't come off the stool for the 4th round or something, the 3rd round.
Yeah,
that was a great performance that night, man.
Wasn't that
with the right people? You I forget who you ended up signing with, because I seen Lou DiBella. Are you still with him?
Yeah, I'm still with Lou right now.
Okay. Did Bobby and them was able to usher that thing in, or he reached out? What happened?
When I fought for the WBC silver, that was his guy that had it. The Fernandez kid. Yeah, that was his guy. They had called us for the fight. We took it, but they called Bobby for a fight, and he threw my name in there, and we took it, and we just got into business after. Not right after the fight, probably like a year after or something.
Cool. I know this thing had thrown everybody off. I got a 6 fight that first year, and then this year we ain't did shit. you know, and so it's frustrating for everybody. Everybody's frustrated with it, and even, you know, the Lou DeBellas, everybody, you know, is trying to scramble for that. And the people who's doing shows, hell, they got a game, they got their own stable they trying to give the slots to, you know. So it's hard to do anything this year, and plenty of people wasn't able to, you know. So I know that's frustrating because fighters work so damn hard, man. And you're like, fuck, man, I ain't got no date. I don't know what I'm doing, man. So
yeah,
this is unprecedented.
My advice, my little two cents from a business or marketing standpoint. There ain't much I can tell you about boxing other than don't get hit. But from a business and a marketing standpoint, this COVID affected everybody the same way. In other words, it didn't matter if you were a De La Hoya or a local promoter, you were getting hit. You were going to get hit financially. Your shows were going to get canceled, and you were going to have to figure out ways to navigate through this. As a fighter, it doesn't matter. It didn't matter if you were Canelo or if you're a local journeyman, you were going to be affected. You're in a great position, I think. When I look at it on paper, I think you're in a very good spot because A, you're young. You're 26 years old. B, you have a lot of experience. You have a good record, 17-2. You have a belt. Motherfuckers don't want to fight you right now. It was hard trying to match you up because they don't want to get in the ring with you. And I'm saying all this to say that right now, use this time to figure out how you're going to come out just a little bit ahead than the next guy, because it's a even playing field. No one's fighting, and people are starting to fight now. But like Coach said, they're trying to take care of the people in their stables. You got to look for those little tangible things that are going to get you ahead, because once things open up again, this whole COVID was a reset button for everyone in all industries. It was a reset button for the country, because it put everyone on a standstill. No one can move. No one can do nothing. So from a business standpoint, you got to look at it. Okay, what are the little things that I can do to add to what I already have? Because when things start popping, you got to be ready. And of course, stay ready in the gym. You know, keep sparring. You know, Coach and I, we always say that Houston's a great spot to be in for boxing, because a lot of motherfuckers come from all over the country or even within the city to spar, and you're getting some great sparring. You have Regis, you got boxers like Q. A lot of motherfuckers coming in and giving you the work. So when you go out there and you perform, your sparring is a lot fucking tougher than what your actual fight is. So just stay ready, man, and look for those little things that are going to help you get ahead, because they're going to make a big difference.
For sure.
Man, you should have seen Shaq and Shakur getting it in for his last fight.
Yeah,
I don't never stick around and watch sparring. And Shaq, I'm sure he seen me. I was, hey, I'm gonna wait right here and check this shit out. And you know, I just like good fighting, man. So if it's in the gym, if it's on the tube, if it's good fighting, I'm gonna watch, you know. And that's one good thing I guess you can say about being at Maine. You know, you can look forward to class sparring to maintain your sanity, to not get frustrated and go home. You know, you better not go home and stay there. They got shit to do, man.
For sure.
And so Super Feather, that's 35, that's 30, 35? Featherweight 28? 30, yeah, that's 30. Who is the man there? Is it Flores? Leo Santa Cruz, right? And who got the titles at 30?
Leo got a title, but he not the man.
Who's the man right now?
Burchell. I give it to Burchell. I give it to Burchell.
Okay.
He been holding it down the longest, you know, consistently, without losing his title to the scale, without losing his title in the ring. You know,
Mel Burchett.
Yeah, I give it to Burchell.
Give me the top 4. Who's the top 4 super featherweights right now?
Burchell,
Machado. How you say his name? Machado. And I'm fucking Spanish. Machado. Alberto.
Me.
Shot.
I say
You were supposed to say that way sooner. Go ahead.
Oh my!
You were supposed to say that way sooner, but go ahead.
I'm in there, you know.
What about Francisco Vargas? Nah.
I say JoJo. I'll give JoJo the status.
Oh, I forgot about JoJo,
he
man.
beat Tevin. I give him a top spot. And I say shit.
What about that?
You gotta say Heron to somebody. I don't really believe in Heron either, but
he's fighting.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah, I think so.
Hey, what you made out of Farmer's last fight, bro? What you think went wrong? Not that whether you're high on him or not. I'm just saying he was flat. He was flat in that fight with Diaz. I mean, it could have been Diaz. Diaz made him flat, but he didn't seem like he ever got started to me. You know, he couldn't even get started.
I feel like I said this before the fight that I feel like Diaz is gonna be a problem experience wise and everything. I feel like it was Diaz. I feel like he took him all the way off his game. He went all the way. He just went in and attacked him and roughed him up, didn't let him be pretty. And
I think I picked Diaz to win that fight, but didn't Diaz's eye get cut and he didn't do nothing about it? Like
he got cut in the first round.
And it was bad too. It wasn't no I wasn't high. I don't want to sound like I ain't a fan, but I wasn't high on Farmer, but I know he was being pushed, and I was like, man, he can't get nothing together in this fight, man. He couldn't put nothing together, man.
Yeah.
I didn't understand, but like you said, I guess JoJo was the kryptonite, kept him from when you got that boy injured like that, you got to and you're flat and ain't nothing happening, man. You got to dig in that eye, bro. You got to do something, man. Somebody got to tell you something, man. He wasn't. It was like he couldn't get nothing started, man.
He's so used. It's the styles that make it.
He thought he was just supposed to. He's supposed to win. That's what he thought.
Yeah, that's. He probably thought it was gonna be easy like that, but I always looked at styles, and in boxing and anything really, styles make fights. JoJo got that style that bothered him. Plus, southpaws don't like fighting southpaws.
Yeah, that's true.
His hands by his waist, so it's just a lot that JoJo. I know JoJo was able to capitalize on because me and JoJo fought in the 2012, and I know the experience that he got. Going through the Olympics and stuff like that. Tevin didn't get that kind of experience, so them
you seen it coming.
Whether they try to say it or not, like them little things matter.
Yeah, you seen it coming, right? You knew what JoJo had with it, and he definitely didn't have no crawfish. When that eye got split, it didn't matter. Let's keep going.
JoJo gonna fight. I really thought he was gonna be. Well, nah, because I knew what's the name didn't have I knew Tevin didn't have the power to keep him off of him. Gary,
he couldn't do nothing.
Yeah, see, Gary had the speed and the power to keep him off of him, but he had a little power to keep him at bay and not just let him walk through him. Tevin don't have that kind of power, so it's just one of them things.
Yeah, and he was getting hit too. So
for sure.
Man, boxing, all the divisions is good, man. Super featherweight, junior, man. Hey, tell me about this junior middleweight. How you see this thing happening, man, with Jamel and Banana, bro?
The Rosario, that's what he fighting.
Yeah.
Man, I ain't never really seen too much of Rosario. I seen the clips of his last fight with J-Rock, and I honestly, I don't know. I feel like if Jamel need to come in there focused, because it don't look like he too focused like he's supposed to be. He need to come in there more focused. I see Jamel.
What the hell they got going on beefing with each other on Instagram, man?
Man, I don't know. That's
That's
family
that
business.
marketing.
They should have kept. That's family business. They don't put. That's business you don't put out on the internet or nothing like that. And I hope them as brothers, you know, and they fighting on the same night. I hope they settle that, because that's bad toxic energy to bring in anywhere, you know, especially being that y'all family. But I know Jamel, he seems to feed off of that kind of energy, so Rosario might be in trouble. But on the other end, if he's not too focused, I heard Rosario has a real puncher. He's a real puncher too, and I could tell he's not a punk, you know. So I'm rooting for Jamel, you know, all the way Texas. I just hope he come in focused. Jamal, I feel like I know Jamal gonna handle his business. He got a tougher opponent in front of him, but I feel like he gonna handle his business. He been in this position a lot of times, especially with guys like that he fighting, the Sergey dude. I feel like Jamal have seen a lot of fighters like him. So
it's the guy who fought Triple G last, right?
Yeah.
Yevchenko or something. It's a Russian.
Sergey something.
Yeah, man. But like I said, man, boxing is deep, man. Welterweight is so deep, it's ridiculous.
Yeah.
Featherweight, junior middle, super middle, light heavy, man. Boxing is great, man. And maybe this year off just allow me to look and I'm pay attention. I'm like, man, it's so many fights to be made, man. So many fights to be made. As long as the boys want to prove they're the best, man. Because you can rank them how you want, right? Like, take that 154-pound division. You can rank them how you want, but the spaces in between aren't bad thick at all. You know, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, they close as hell, man. Anybody can win. And that's what you like. You know, that's what I like. Because you damn near want to pay attention to anybody fighting. You know, if they tell you, you know, it's a super middleweight fight, man, tune in, because if it's on TV, it's probably some top dogs. They about to go at it. Titles fitting to change hands and everything, you know.
Yeah, for sure.
I like it. It's super deep right now. So hopefully when they kick in the door, man, everything opens up. And you know, we got a gang of people here in Houston, so everybody can go.
And I want to go on the record, because what you just said, we do have a gang of fighters out of Houston and shop. We released the top 5 pound for pound Houston fighters, and I want to go on the record. I think I had you ranked. I think I had him ranked number 3 or 4. So yeah, I got you up there, bro. I don't know. These fans were. I don't know what the fuck these fans were thinking about.
Hey, hold on, man. Shocky Foster knows I'm a fan. You know why? Because I fucking told him long time ago. So I've been supporting him, bro. I've been supporting that.
They did a top 5. They did a top 5 pound in Houston.
Yeah, they did.
We did a poll and just and everybody voted. And we put it out. It was
what was it?
Let's see.
Jamal,
for sure.
Regis,
for sure.
Jamel, Laura, and Alfonso Lopez in 5th.
Hold on, I'll tell you what my vote was. I'll tell you what my vote. The way I had it was Regis number 1. I had the twins tied at number 2. I ain't breaking them up. They want to be beefing and clowning each other and being on the same show together. So to me, they're one and the same. I had them ranked number 2. I had Alfonso Lopez number 3. I had Shock number 4, and I had Laura at number 5.
Who is Alfonso Lopez?
He's
Light
Tiggity, light heavyweight. Tiggity, he does the Tiggity promotions.
Is he got a title?
Yeah,
He's got
the
he's got the WBO, the NABO title.
Yeah,
he's ranked number 10 in the world right now at light heavyweight for the WBO.
I don't know who that is.
You know if you've seen him, you just ain't placed
Alfonso Lopez.
He fought. He been around forever. He's like 32-3. He fought Kelly Pally for the middleweight title. You know who it is, man, if you've seen it. But yeah, man, we did. I promote the hell out of Houston boxing, man. So we did a Houston pound for pound. You know, people could vote in, but I'm doing the newcomers right now. I'm gathering all the votes right now to see under 10 fights and under. See who people want, who people's amped up to see, man.
Ms. Rod says you got to add their wives and girls to the list too.
That's my baby. You man, Regis did a one-off with PBC, huh? So you get a fight in with them boys. Huh? You know about that? Think he's about to fight. He's about to fight.
I know. Yeah, I know they're fighting on Devontae undercard.
They say who it was, but they say he came to agreement with PBC for a one deal fight. I guess kind of like my guy Mikey Garcia did with them. You know, remember he signed a one shot and see what'll come out of it.
Yeah.
But yeah, you know I'm big on Regis too, man. I support all y'all guys, man. I like we so deep here in Houston, man, with fighters at every weight class, you know, it's fun, man.
It is. It's a good time. Go ahead.
I think I kind of agree with you, man. That Jamel, bro, he does well under that pressure like that for some reason, man.
He's an angry fighter. That's
yeah, man. Hey, and the little I've been around him, he's angry all the fucking time. Except when you're talking personal. When you're talking personal, he's fine. Oh, but when it's time to box and shit, he's in that motherfucker firing up, bro. And so I hated to see them boys. I was hoping they just playing anyway, you know, just doing something for social media. So I don't know if that's what they're doing, but Jamel be fired up, man.
Yeah, he was fired up. I seen a video of it, of Jamel talking. I ain't look no deeper than what I saw. I'm like, man, y'all brothers, this shit ain't for everybody to even have a comment on, you know what I'm saying? So I ain't even finna go look more and see what's going on. Yeah, I'm tweaking.
You know, I want to touch on this, and I don't want to go out on a tangent or anything, but you know, like Coach just said, it's a real good time in boxing. All the divisions are stacked. We got a bunch of good superstars out there. This whole COVID has fucked shit up, and hopefully when we get past this, we can get back to some great boxing and seeing careers flourish, people making money, putting on good shows, man. But there's also a dark side, and we want to address it. You know, I want to address it. Boxing is a serious fucking sport. You know, it's not like football, basketball, soccer. You know, anytime you step into that ring, you're putting your life on the line. And I'm not sure if you heard Shock or not, but a couple of weeks ago, was it last weekend or the weekend before? You know, someone died in the ring, supposedly sparring.
Oh no, I ain't know nothing about that.
Now, there's a difference between sparring and there's a difference between what's actually going on. Now, I'm not here to call anybody out. I'm not here to shame anybody. I'm not here to tell anyone how to run their business. What I am here to say is, though, as a fighter, as a boxer, as anyone who ever puts on a pair of gloves, you got to be smart. You got to be smart. You got to understand what you're putting yourself into, the situation. Be careful with the people that you're around. Be careful with the people who are, whispering in your ear. The shit's deadly. It can cost you your life. As dangerous as it is on a professional level and on an amateur level, where you have all these regulations and rules in place to protect you, the last thing you want to do is put yourself in a dangerous situation. Now, I understand that as long as there's been professional boxing, there's been underground boxing. This ain't nothing new. I'm not speaking on anything new. There's always been bare knuckle fighting. There's always been illegal fights. Illegal boxing shows, whether it be at a strip club, at a regular club. All those things have always taken place. So I'm not here to shame those people. What I am here, though, is a word to anybody that ever puts on a pair of gloves, whether it's sparring, whether it's fighting. Protect yourself. Protect yourself at all times, because it can cost you your life. So, to the gentleman who lost his life, rest in peace to him, and prayers out to his family and friends. He was very popular. He was loved by many. He had a good following on social media. But it's a dangerous fucking sport, man. It's a dangerous fucking sport. It's not to be played with. That's all I got on that.
I agree.
Yeah. Definitely not to be played with.
You like you said, all the safety precautions you want, and guys still die. So,
yeah.
So you damn sure don't need to be involving yourself in shit that really has no precautions. You know what I'm saying? It's a reason why EMTs and doctors at every fight. You know what I'm saying? Because it's critical. It's critical, man. Right. When that brain goes to bleeding, it's time is of the essence, man. So guys gotta pay attention. I don't know if them guys had backgrounds in real boxing or not, but you're not kids, man. When you're 10 years old, man, the worst you can get in the yard is a black eye, bloody nose, man. When you're 40 and you can't breathe because it's the humidity and you're not in no kind of shape, man, your body is shut down on you, man. It's not used to taking that trauma. And like I said, human beings' hands ain't even made for punching shit. That's why we gotta protect them, man. So your head definitely ain't made for getting hit on. But again, those guys into those scenarios, bro, on their own validity, man. It's just as a boxing guy, you sit back and go, bro, you could have did you could have went fishing, man. You could have did anything besides that dumb shit, man. What can you do, bro?
It is what it is. Hopefully it's a learning lesson, and it is what it is.
As a trainer, man, every time we box, man, I'm not thinking about just them. I'm thinking about any kids they have, their parents, and it's my responsibility. I said it and I'm gonna keep saying it. I'm not a brave trainer, man. If my kid's getting hurt, if my kid's getting hurt and he can't protect himself, it's my job.
Yeah.
And he can be mad, he can leave, he can fire me, but that night I'm gonna sleep like a baby, man, because people's gonna say, well, man, you stopped it premature or whatever. Okay. I'd rather stop it premature than somebody fucking die, man. That's gonna be hard to sleep with, man. I can't imagine how it felt with Donaldson when he was pleading with that boy, and that boy was pleading with him. Man, coach, I'm fine. Finally, he stopped it, but the kid still ended up dying, man. That's a hell of a thing to live with, and I can imagine, a very hard thing to live with. So somebody died on me just in the gym working out.
Yeah.
That's frustrating, man.
Well, Shock, man, we appreciate you coming in. It was
For
fun
sure.
chatting with you.
Y'all can't see me no more.
Nah, bro. What happened?
Black on us, man. This is a black screen.
Yeah, nah. Your boy Jericho keep calling me, man.
Jericho, you know you can't be calling when we're doing live shows. Shout out to Jericho. He probably mad. You know what? He mad because he didn't make the. You was on the list though. I think I had Jericho number 6 on the pound for pound.
For sure.
And to be honest with you, Ace, you gotta bang out and just come back on. That's all. And I said that when we was doing that, man, that, anybody, if I left the names, I'll still, put your name on there, man, because I forget, guys I talk to on a regular basis, I be forgetting.
Yeah.
Just not thinking, trying to remember everybody and forget somebody. But, yeah, Jericho, one of them, man.
Well, we gonna wrap it up.
Shock, you can hear us?
Yeah, I can hear y'all a little bit.
All right, make sure when you get a date, brother, that I know so we can promote it and stuff,
Yeah, I got you.
And get your back on here, man.
And make sure, hey, Shock, do me a favor, brother.
Yeah.
Next time you see Earl Spence, man, apologize because he was waiting in the back to come on the show, but you took up all his time. So we're gonna have to catch him next week or something. But let him know, you apologize for taking up all of his time. He ain't got nothing going on right now anyway. So we were more concerned about you. We wanted to focus on you. Tell him he get over it. But Earl Spence, we apologize, Earl.
My fault,
took all your time. All right, y'all, man. We appreciate you tuning in. Any last words, Coach?
Nah, man, y'all be cool, man. Till next week.
All right, man. Check yourselves at all times. We'll holler at your shot. We appreciate you, brother.
Appreciate you having me.
All right, man. We'll talk soon. Peace.